Hello student, respiration and circulation. In this lesson till today we learn various points. So in those points first we learn respiratory system in various organisms. In plant also we learn respiratory organ or how they respire. After that we learn human beings respiratory system. So various parts of the respiratory system which are present in our body. After that, next we learn mechanism of respiration, which is important point in this lesson. So in mechanism of respiration, first we learn breathing. Second one was the external respiration. Next one is internal respiration, and last we learn that is cellular respiration. So these points we discussed in this lesson. Now after that point, that is after mechanism of respiration, now in yesterday's lecture we discussed about the regulation of respiration. So in regulation we learned that there are two methods for the regulation of respiration. One is the chemical control and another one is the nervous control. So in nervous control we discussed there are various neurons which are located mainly on the pons and medulla of the brain, and those neurons form a respiratory rhythm center or respiratory center, and on the pons there is pneumotaxic center. So these various center, how they regulate the respiration that we discussed. So you must have read it from the NCERT also. So NCERT आणि स्टेट बोर्ड ह्या दोन्हीमधून कंटेंट व्यवस्थित बघा. मी काल तुम्हाला कंपॅरेटिव्ह सांगितलेलं आहे. NCERT मध्ये जे दिलेलं आहे ते फक्त रेस्पिरेटरी रिदम सेंटर आणि न्यूमोटॅक्सिक सेंटर, आणि इथं जे दिलेले आहेत ते वेगवेगळे सेंटरचे नेम, ड्युरिंग इन्स्पिरेशन, ड्युरिंग एक्सपिरेशन कसं ते रेग्युलेट केलं जातं हे डिटेल जे आहे ते तुम्हाला स्टेट बोर्डमध्ये बघायला मिळेल. आणि केमिकल कंट्रोल means respiration is regulated with the help of two gases, with the help of carbon dioxide and H plus ion concentration. So this carbon dioxide and H plus ion concentration, it is detected by the various receptors. Okay, and if the level of CO2 and H plus ion concentration is increased, signal is given, and according to that respiratory changes are made. So in this way we learn also chemical control. So this chemical control majorly given in the NCERT. Last point which is given in the NCERT, it is much important. So see, in the last statement they have said that level of oxygen is insignificant in the regulation of the respiration. So oxygen ची level किती आहे ते respiration च्या regulation मध्ये तितका important role play करत नाही. So कोणाची level regulate केली जाते, कोणाची level detect केली जाते, carbon dioxide and H plus ion concentration. So after completing that point, today we are going to discuss common disorders of respiratory system. So respiratory system चे काही disorders जे ते आपण आता स्टडी करणार आहोत. सगळ्यांना तुम्हाला मी आधी सांगितलेले we have learned various systems of human being like digestive system, circulatory system, excretory system, and each and every system, each and every physiology, at the end they have given various disorder. So according to new book, new syllabus, they have made some changes, and the disorder they have given in the tabular form. So respiratory system disorder in NCERT, I think they have given 3 disorder, emphysema, next one is occupational lung disorder. So 2 to 3 disorder they have given, but in case of the state board, large number of disorder they have given. So you have to learn these disorder. So in chart form they have given. So what they have given in the chart, see, first one is the name of disorder, second one is symptom, next is cause, and next one is the treatment. So कोणताही disorder असेल तर तुम्हाला त्याच्यामध्ये त्याचे symptoms काय, त्या डिसऑर्डरचं रिझन काय आणि त्याच्यासाठी ट्रीटमेंट काय घेतली जाते हे तुम्हाला लक्षात ठेवायलाच लागणार. बघा, फर्स्ट डिसऑर्डर इज द एम्फायसेमा. I would like to tell you in the NEET exam question is asked on this point, एम्फायसेमा. नीटला याच्यावरती एक क्वेश्चन विचारलेला आहे एम्फायसेमावरती. सो एम्फायसेमा हा जो डिसऑर्डर आहे जुन्या सिलेबसमध्ये फक्त NCERT मध्ये दिलेला, स्टेट बोर्डमध्ये दिलेला नव्हता. सो याचं रिझन विचारलेलं की व्हॉट इज द कॉज ऑफ दिस डिसऑर्डर. So see, emphysema, its major cause is smoking or air pollution. Emphysema चा जो major cause आहे ते smoking आहे किंवा air pollution आहे. Mostly smoking. NCERT मध्ये smoking दिलेला आहे. Next त्याच्यानंतर जो दिलेला आहे chronic bronchitis. Next one is chronic bronchitis, and its major cause is smoking or air pollution. So cause of both these disorders are same. So remember these two disorder in pair. So first is emphysema and second one is chronic bronchitis. Emphysema is caused due to smoking or air pollution, and chronic bronchitis is also caused due to smoking or air pollution. So these are the causes. Now next they have given symptoms. So what are the symptoms? See, breakdown of alveoli. So in this case, emphysema, alveoli are broken, and when the membrane is damaged, there is no exchange of gas. So now all of you know that how gases are exchanged in between alveoli and the blood. So their membrane play major role in the exchange. So in case of the emphysema, those alveoli are broken. If alveoli are broken, then gases cannot be released in the blood. Okay, so this problem happens in the emphysema, that is breakdown of alveoli, shortness of breath. So breath जो आहे त्याचा शॉर्टनेस म्हणजे फुलफिल होत नाही. तुम्ही ब्रीथ जर केलं तर ते फुल्ली ब्रीथ घेता येत नाही किंवा ते जे ऑक्सिजन आहे ते ब्लड मध्ये डिसॉल्व होत नाही. सो एम्फायसेमा, in emphysema symptoms are breakdown of alveoli and shortness of the breath. Okay, next is chronic bronchitis. In chronic bronchitis symptoms are coughing. So there is much coughing, and one more same is shortness of the breath. So shortness of the breath, it is given in the emphysema as well as it is given in the chronic bronchitis. So till this we learn emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Emphysema, its cause is smoking or air pollution, and chronic bronchitis, it is also caused due to smoking or air pollution. Now symptom we also learn. So in symptom, in emphysema there is breakdown of alveoli and shortness of the breath, and in case of the chronic bronchitis, once again there is shortness of the breath and one more is coughing. So these are the symptoms. Now what treatment should be given to these patients who have emphysema or chronic bronchitis? So in case of the two things are common. One is quit smoking, means avoid smoking, don't smoke. If you smoke, then there will be damage of alveoli. So first of all, quit smoking. In this case also, first treatment is the quit smoking. Second one, avoid polluted air. So in case of the emphysema, you have to avoid the polluted air, and in case of the chronic bronchitis also, you have to avoid the polluted air. Okay, so these are the two treatments which are common in emphysema as well as chronic bronchitis. Third one, administer oxygen. So oxygen rich air should be administered in air if there is any major problem in emphysema, and in case of the chronic bronchitis, move to warmer and drier climate. So you have to move towards the warmer and drier climate. If you go towards this climate, problem of the chronic bronchitis is much reduced. So this is about the emphysema and chronic bronchitis. So first revise these two. Emphysema, its major cause is smoking or air pollution, and chronic bronchitis is also caused due to smoking or air pollution. Now symptom, in case of the emphysema there is breakdown of alveoli or shortness of the breath, and chronic bronchitis also coughing or shortness of the breath. These are the symptoms, and in case of the treatment, in emphysema quit smoking, in chronic bronchitis also quit smoking. Next, avoid polluted air. One more is administer oxygen, and in case of this, move to warmer and drier climate. So these are the two diseases, emphysema and chronic bronchitis, which are related to the human respiratory system. Next, acute bronchitis, sinusitis and laryngitis. So acute bronchitis. So in case of the acute bronchitis, there is inflammation of the bronchi. Now all of you know what is meant by bronchi. So bronchi are inflated. Next is shortness of the breath. So breath is shortened, it becomes short. Okay, so these are the symptoms of acute bronchitis. In case of the sinusitis, there is inflammation of sinuses, and in laryngitis, inflammation of the larynx and vocal cord. So बघा तिन्ही मध्ये इन्फ्लेमेशन आहे. So तुमच्या हे तिन्ही डिसऑर्डर एकत्र लक्षात ठेवायचे. Acute bronchitis, sinusitis and laryngitis. In acute bronchitis, there is inflammation of bronchi. In sinusitis, there is inflammation of sinuses, and in laryngitis, there is inflammation of larynx and vocal cord. Okay, now these three disorders are mainly caused due to viruses and bacteria. See, causative agent. There are various bacteria or viruses which can cause acute bronchitis, sinusitis and laryngitis. So viruses, bacteria, and viruses and bacteria. These are the causes of these three disorders. Next, after causes they have given treatment. In case of the acute bronchitis, if bacterial infection is there, then you have to use antibiotic. You have to take antibiotic. and decongestant vaporizer. So these should be used. So decongestant, if respiratory system is choked, it is blocked due to mucus. In case of that, we can use vaporizer or decongestant. Okay. Next, in sinusitis, कफ मेडिसिन अँड व्हॉइस रेस्ट शुड बी टेकन. सो कफ मेडिसिन घेतलं पाहिजे, व्हॉइस रेस्ट घेतली पाहिजे. आणि इन केस ऑफ द लॅरिंजायटिस अँटीबायोटिक, जर बॅक्टेरियल असेल तर सगळ्यांमध्ये अँटीबायोटिक घ्यायचंच आहे आणि कफ मेडिसिन याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा घेतलं जातं. सो दिस 3 डिसऑर्डर, हे 3 डिसऑर्डर एकत्र लक्षात ठेवा. acute bronchitis, next one is sinusitis, and third one is laryngitis. All these 3 diseases are caused due to viruses and bacteria. So positive agent is viruses and bacteria. Next, in acute bronchitis, there is inflammation of the bronchi, sinusitis, inflammation of the sinuses, and laryngitis, inflammation of the larynx, vocal cord. And in treatment, if there is bacterial infection, you have to take antibiotic. And other treatment are different for different. For example, in case of the acute bronchitis, decongestant and vaporizer are used. In case of the sinusitis, cough medicine and voice rest should be taken. And in case of the laryngitis, also cough medicine should be taken. Now, after this disease, next one is pneumonia. So this disease we are going to learn in detail in next topic, human health and diseases. But at this point, this disease is related to the respiratory system, hence it is given here also. So in pneumonia, there is inflammation of lungs from mild to severe. So lungs are inflamed. So the inflammation may be mild or it may be severe. So lungs inflammation जे आपल्याला इथे बघायला मिळतं. आणि याचे मेन कॉज आहेत व्हायरसेस अँड बॅक्टेरिया. व्हायरसेस किंवा बॅक्टेरिया जे त्याचं इन्फेक्शन जर झालेलं असेल, याच्याशिवाय असे बरेच रिझन आहेत न्यूमोनियाचे जे आपण ह्युमन हेल्थ अँड डिसीजेसमध्ये स्टडी करणार आहे. सध्या लक्षात ठेवा, इट्स मेजर कॉज इज व्हायरसेस अँड बॅक्टेरिया. सो दिस इज अबाउट दी न्यूमोनिया. इन केस ऑफ दी न्यूमोनिया, कन्सल्ट फिजिशियन, antibiotic should be taken. Okay, antibiotic should be taken. Next one is consult physician. Okay, and cough medicine and stay warm. ओके, ही केअर घेणं गरजेचं आहे. इन केस ऑफ द न्यूमोनिया अँटीबायोटिक घेतलं पाहिजे, इमिजिएटली फिजिशियनला कन्सल्ट केलं पाहिजे, अँड कफ मेडिसिन याच्यामध्ये घेतले पाहिजे. सो दिस इज द ट्रीटमेंट फॉर द न्यूमोनिया. 2 मोर डिसऑर्डर, वन इज अस्थमा अँड नेक्स्ट वन इज ऑक्युपेशनल लंग डिसऑर्डर. इथपर्यंत तुमचं क्लिअर झालंय का बघा सगळ्यांनी. इन केस ऑफ द एम्फायसेमा and chronic bronchitis, both diseases are caused due to smoking and air pollution. And next 3, acute bronchitis, sinusitis, laryngitis and pneumonia also. These 4 diseases are caused due to infection of either bacteria or viruses. Now symptoms are different in different diseases. For example, emphysema, there is breakdown of alveoli and shortness of the breath. Chronic bronchitis, coughing, shortness of the breath. Acute bronchitis, inflammation of bronchi, shortness of the breath. Sinusitis, inflammation of sinuses. Laryngitis, inflammation of larynx and vocal cord. The pneumonia, inflammation of lungs from mild to severe. Okay, next one, what is treatment? Okay, so in case of the emphysema, treatment is quit smoking, avoid polluted air and administer oxygen. In this case also, chronic bronchitis, quit smoking, avoid polluted air, move to warmer and drier climate. In case of the these diseases, if there is bacterial infection, then antibiotic should be taken. Now different have different. For example, if acute bronchitis is there, then decongestant or vaporizer should be taken. Next, in case of the sinusitis, cough medicine and voice rest. Laryngitis also cough medicine, and in pneumonia also cough medicine should be taken. So these are the main 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 diseases we learned related to the respiratory system. Now 2 more diseases they have given. So next disease is asthma. So in asthma, okay, so asthma, this disease is caused due to allergy to pollen, some food or pet hairs. तुम्हालाही माहिती असेल अस्थमा अटॅक वगैरे येणं, तर अस्थमामध्ये ॲलर्जीमध्ये बऱ्याच सबस्टन्सेस असू शकते. इवन हेवी एक्सरसाइज केलं किंवा इमोशनली अटॅक असेल तर अशा वेगवेगळ्या रिझनमुळे अस्थमॅटिक अटॅक होतो. सो रिझन्स वेगवेगळे, कॉजेस वेगवेगळे, पण मेजर बघा ॲलर्जी टू द पोलन, ॲलर्जी टू द डस्ट, some food additive or pet hairs also. So when hairs of the pet due to those hairs also there is asthma attack. So these are the causes of the asthma. Now next what happen or what are the symptoms in the asthma? First symptom is the constriction of bronchiole mucus buildup. Okay, and airways become constricted, wheezing and difficulty in breathing. See, हे महत्त्वाचे कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन ऑफ ब्रॉन्क्युल अँड म्युकस बिल्डअप. नॉर्मली जेव्हा डस्ट पार्टिकल आपल्या रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टीममध्ये एंटर करतात तेव्हा म्युकस जो आहे तो रिलीज केला जातो. सो ती नॉर्मल रिॲक्शन आहे. पण अस्थमामध्ये एक्सेसिव्ह म्युकस सिक्रेट केला जातो आणि जास्त सिक्रेट झाल्यामुळे म्युकस बिल्डअप होतो अँड कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन ऑफ दी ब्रॉन्क्युल जे आहेत ते कॉन्स्ट्रिक्ट होतात, ते जे एअरवे आहेत ते बंद होतात. So these are the symptoms of the asthma. Now treatment. In case of the asthma, they have given treatment. Use inhalant. Use inhalant to open airways. So तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना माहिती असेल अस्थमा अटॅक जेव्हा येतो तेव्हा त्या पेशंटना ब्रीदिंग करण्यामध्ये डिफिकल्टी फेस होते. सो हे डिफिकल्टी काय येते, कारण एअरवेज किंवा ब्रॉन्क्युल जे ते ब्लॉक झालेले आहेत म्युकस बिल्डअप झाल्यामुळे. जर त्या पेशंटनी इनहेलंट जर यूज केले, काही मेडिसिन जर इनहेल केलं तर ते जे एअरवेज आहेत ते ओपन होतात किंवा त्याच्यामधलं म्युकस जे आहे ते रिमूव्ह केलं जातं. म्युकस रिमूव्ह झालं आणि एअरवेज ओपन झाले की एअर जे आहे ते लंग्सपर्यंत सप्लाय होते. सो दिस इज अबाउट द अस्थमा. आय रिपीट वन्स अगेन, अस्थमा इट्स कॉज इज ॲलर्जी. इट इज कॉज मेनली ड्यू टू ॲलर्जी अँड ॲलर्जी टू pollen, some food and pet hairs. In case of the asthma, there is constriction of bronchiole and this constriction of bronchiole is mainly due to mucus buildup in the airways. Now, in case of the treatment, we have to use inhalant to open the airways. So this is asthma. Next one disorder is occupational lung disorder. So in occupational lung disorder, occupational lung disorder या डिसीज वरती सुद्धा या आधी क्वेश्चन विचारलेला आहे. सो इन केस ऑफ द ऑक्युपेशनल लंग डिसऑर्डर इट इज मेनली कॉज ड्यू टू लॉन्ग टर्म एक्सपोजर टू डस्ट. जर ऑक्युपेशन असं आहे की ज्याच्यामध्ये बराच वेळ डस्टने एक्सपोज व्हावं लागतं किंवा बराच वेळ डस्टच्या कॉन्टॅक्टमध्ये राहावं लागतं, तर अशा लोकांमध्ये डस्टच्या किंवा काही थ्रेड्स असतील, फायबर्स असतील, जसे माईनमध्ये काम करणारे लोक असतात, जिथं ब्लास्टिंग होतं, किंवा सिमेंटमध्ये काम करणारे लोक असतात, किंवा जिथं हातमागावरती कपडे हे केले जातात, त्या ठिकाणी ते जे फायबर्स आहेत ते एअरमध्ये रिलीज होतात आणि कंटिन्यू त्या डस्टला एक्सपोज झाल्यामुळे काही डिसऑर्डर होतात. सो हे जे डिसऑर्डरमध्ये मी सांगितलं, फर्स्ट तुम्हाला सांगितलं की कॉज. सो फर्स्ट कॉज आहे लॉंग टर्म एक्सपोजर टू डस्ट. डस्टला जर लॉंग टर्म एक्सपोजर झालं तर याच्यामध्ये हे डिसऑर्डर मेनली कॉज होतात. त्यानंतर नेक्स्ट याच्यामध्ये पार्टिकल्स ऑफ द सिलिका ॲस्बेस्टोसिस. सिलिका ॲस्बेस्टोसिस. सो सिलिका ॲस्बेस्टोसिस याचे जे पार्टिकल्स आहेत मेनली बांधकाम व्यवसायामध्ये जमिनीमधून खाली दोन गोष्टी काढताना याच्यामध्ये येतात, तर हे जे पार्टिकल्सला बराच वेळ एक्सपोज झालं तर ऑक्युपेशनल लंग डिसऑर्डर जे ते कॉज केले जातात. नेक्स्ट याच्यामध्ये मेन प्रॉब्लेम बघा, इन्फ्लमेशन, फायब्रोसिस and lung damage. So these are the main symptoms. One is inflammation, next one is fibrosis, and next is lung damage. So these are the main symptoms in case of the ऑक्युपेशनल लंग डिसऑर्डर. सो याच्यामध्ये जे मेन ट्रीटमेंट घेतली पाहिजे. फर्स्ट प्रिव्हेंटिव्ह मास्क शुड बी यूज. प्रिव्हेंटिव्ह मास्क शुड बी यूज. सो प्रिव्हेंटिव्ह मास्क जे ते मास्क जर यूज केले ज्याच्यामुळे डस्ट येणार नाही, तर डस्ट जर बॉडीमध्ये एंटर नाही झाली जास्त तर हा त्रास जो आहे तो कमी होऊ शकतो. सो दोन्ही डिसऑर्डर अस्थमा अँड ऑक्युपेशनल लंग डिसऑर्डर तुम्हाला NCERT मध्ये दिलेले आहेत, तर तेही तुम्हाला नीट लक्षात ठेवायचं आहे. सो अस्थमा, in asthma there is constriction of bronchiole and mucus buildup, and in case of the occupational lung disorder there is inflammation, fibrosis and lung damage. Causes are different. Asthma is caused due to allergy to the pollen, some food and pet hair, and occupational lung disorder are caused due to long-term exposure to the dust, silica and asbestosis. And in case of the treatment for the asthma, some inhalant should be used to open the airways, and in occupational lung disorder, preventive mask should be worn while working so that dust cannot enter in the body and this disorder can be avoided. So we learn common disorder of human respiratory system. In that, first disorder was the emphysema, next disorder was the chronic bronchitis, next is acute bronchitis. After acute bronchitis, next we learn sinusitis, laryngitis, pneumonia, asthma and occupational lung disorder. So these are the various disorder of human respiratory system. Now last point in this lesson is the artificial ventilation. So we will discuss artificial ventilation in the next lecture, and also in next lecture we are going to compare NCERT and state board. NCERT आणि state board मधलं जे कंटेंट आहे ते आपण कंपॅरेटिव्हली फायनल एकदा उद्याच्या लेक्चरला चेक करणार. So in today's lecture we learn disorder of the human respiratory system. So content व्यवस्थित रीड करा. Thank you.